program. I've had several requests for scrapbooks programs. Lucas, you can start recording now. So I don't know if I told you that. So you can start recording. So again, welcome. I'm Amber Gagliardi. I'm a librarian here at the Middle Country Public Library. Today we're going to do a scrapbook program. So it's a new year, and I'm sure you have some pictures from 2020. It might be a little bit easier to narrow the pictures down because we didn't do as much last year, but you certainly may have pictures that you have been meaning to organize, and you want to do it, and now is a great time. So, you know, you would want to get those all together. So this is part of our Take and Make program. So if you have the opportunity to sign up already and pick up your kit, it looks like this. And it has lots of fun things in it to get you started. If you've been scrapbooking for a long time, you may have like a bin of a whole bunch of stuff. But these are some really nice things that we made using our Cricut machine here at the library. So if you come in, you may see us on the desk using the Cricut to cut out things, and it's a lot of fun, and it gives us the opportunity to customize things, personalize things, and do a lot of fun programs. So everything in your kit was made by our Cricut machine, and lots of staff helped put that together. So thank you to everyone who did that. And you also got a list of directions in there. So I outline everything that you got. So if you are missing anything, just let us know. We'd be happy to get that to you. And the things you need on your own are the pictures, which I was just talking about, which you need to organize and resize and figure out which ones you want to use, and that's hard. So I always try to say, let me just pick the best pictures or the things that highlight special moments that I'm trying to capture. So of course, you know, most of us have smartphones and we're always snapping pictures, but you really just want to choose the best ones and the ones that you can edit and just narrow it down. Otherwise, you'll just be scrapbooking forever. So that's always the hard part. So hopefully you had the chance to do that. I did that this week. And you're going to want at least 12 by 12 pieces of paper. I think this is the best size, and that's the size I find with most scrapbooks. So you'll see these in every craft store. I picked this one up. They're very inexpensive. You can usually get them for around $10. These are the 12 by 12 size. The 12 by 12 really allows you a lot of flexibility and everything. If you wanted to go with smaller, you certainly could, but that's what I'm going to kind of highlight today, this 12 by 12 standard scrapbook size. And we are going to go through 4 pages, but even with the embellishments that I gave you, you have room to do more. So you can certainly do that. And you're going to want scissors. You're going to want adhesive. I was saying this before if you came in early. I get these adhesive rollers. They are great. I really dislike when I have bubbles on my pictures and they start to come up. So I really just use these adhesive rollers at this point. This one is made by Scotch. I like this one. Some of them that I find like they get bunched up and then you're just frustrated. So I kind of stick with this brand. When I'm scrapbooking all day, I'll go through 3 of these. So I do not skimp out on the adhesive roller because I don't want my pictures to come up when I spent so much time doing it. So I always have like 3 of these if I'm going to scrapbook for a long time, and markers. So it's great to be able to write stuff and, you know, fix things as you go along. So I always have a few Sharpies. I'm trying out these gel pens. I haven't decided if I like them yet, but I always find them to be great. You just don't want like a huge thick marker where you can't write something. So that's really what I'm going to highlight today. So hopefully you have all those things together. If you just came in, no worries, you didn't miss much. I just went through the list of things that you needed and you read the directions you already know. Perfect. So let's get started. I'm going to what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through some design ideas and some layouts. with you using what you have. So go ahead and get some of those things out. And Lucas, if you don't mind switching over. Oh, he did it without even me asking. So thank you. I'm going to go through this layout. And this is using the two 4 by, what are they? 4 by 3 by 4 frames that you have. It's this really nice floral design. Everybody has like different ones, but they're all like kind of this floral base. So I think they're really fun. I use all pink paper because I'm making a scrapbook for my daughter, Lily. So she's a girl, she's a girly girl, she likes pink. So that's kind of how I ended up in pink. It goes well with some of the embellishments that I gave you, but you can certainly pick whatever color you want. So the frames are here. And again, I gave you the size pictures that you would need, and I pre-cut mine out. So I also gave you this little, that's not little, this heart that says family. So I felt this page with these embellishments that I gave you lend itself to some family pictures. So that's what I selected. I kind of went with group pictures of multiple family members, or I have 2 kids, so it's 2 kids, the husband, all together. And there's actually very few pictures in my phone of all 4 of us together. So that was kind of fun to try to find them. And it highlights the fact that I always just take pictures of one parent with 1 kid or just the kids. So I'm sure you have that problem as well. So you can see right here automatically that you have to trim down the photo. So scissors work great. If you have a paper cutter, if you're doing a big scrapbook, I always love my paper cutter. You can kind of just go through and make sure it's nice and even. So again, with any of these frames, you can really customize the picture. So you can use a pen or a pencil or just eye it out. And you can just trim down any photos to fit the size. So I usually just make a couple marks, and you can trim your photos to fit these frames. So if you did print photos from like CVS or Walmart or any of those types of places, these frames will be great for a 4x6 photo. You would just have to trim it. So it's really nice. And again, we made these on the Cricut machine. If you have a Cricut, what I do is I go to images and I'll search for frames, and then a whole bunch of different frames will come up. So it's really, really nice to find a bunch of different frames, and then you can choose whatever colors you want. Of course, if you don't have a Cricut, you can go into craft stores like Michael's, Joann's, and they have tons of scrapbooking stuff. You can also just use your paper cutter, again, to just cut frames out. You can just make it a box and just make it a little bit bigger and then just stick the photo on top. So that's what I used to do before I had all these fancy options like Cricut machines. So you can see here, I just put 2 frames on. So what else I want to show you for this page is this really cool idea that I found. I printed out, if you look for them, these little apps. They're paper clips. And you can pull them out. And with these 5 little tabs, you can make this really cute banner. And it's super simple. While you have these pre-made tabs, you can also do this with washi tape. Washi tape is very inexpensive. You can get it in cool patterns. You can see I have an overload of washi tape in my life. This is just one of my mini bins. I have a washi tape. I have a problem, obviously, but it's so fun because you can make all sorts of banners and borders. So today I'm going to really highlight some fun things you can do with washi tape. So for this, you already have the tabs made. And what you're going to do to make this banner is you go ahead and you just fold these in half. So they're all sized. They have a little indent on them. So that'll be your guide, but you're just going to fold them all over. So you should have 5. And it just feels like a party whenever you see a banner. So it's a lot of fun to add to this page. So go ahead and fold all of your little tabs that you got in your kit. This one happens to be like green with a floral print on it. So I think it's going to look really nice with these frames that came in this kit. So we tried to be mindful of what colors we gave you. So hopefully you like them. And whether you have portrait or landscape, you can certainly work with this layout. So this one I had 2 landscapes, but I have a portrait and a landscape. So I'm going to have to do this one a little differently. So I'm thinking on the fly here, but I think I'm going to do this layout here, put the heart here, and then have my banner going across. So always be mindful before you start gluing stuff, what pattern, what layout you want. So I think that looks nice. So you've got a piece of string in your kit as well. So you can cut it to size. And again, give yourself a little extra room and then you could always cut it. And you just take the string and you're going to tuck the tabs under here like this. And then you're going to take either glue or if you have one of these adhesive rollers, and you're just going to glue each of the pendants to make a banner. There we go. Just open this one. So how to get this one started. And you just fold down like that. I am not gluing it to the paper yet because I just want to have a moment to make sure I like how they're spaced out. And you just fold it and glue it over. Okay. And I glued the ends, so I do have the flexibility to move it around a little. So you can kind of space them out however you like them. I'm gonna do this. And then just take your adhesive and put a dot at top. Take your string, put it there. And on the other side. Okay, so there it is. Okay, and then once you like how it's positioned, I went ahead and just trimmed the edges here. And then I am going to, you don't have to glue these down, but I'm going to. I just don't want things moving all around in my scrapbook. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue the back. Of each of these. Okay, and that's a lot of fun. It's a fun design. You can do it with these tabs we gave you. You can make them on your own, and quite honestly, you can take scrap paper and make little triangles or just like little boxes and do the same thing. And as mentioned before, you can do the same thing with washi tape. So it makes a fun little banner at the top. It gives it some design, and I think it looks great. So here you can see that I have some washi tape here. I think it looks really nice. It gives it some color and it's super easy to do. So all I did, you can complement the colors on your page. So I have some greens, I have this pink, I have some yellows. So I kind of want to pull everything in. So I'm going to I want this. Do I want this? I'm going to get this yellow. I'm going to get a green. Scrapbooking takes a lot of thought. It takes me forever to like design a page, but it's so much fun. You know what we'll do? We'll do a pink. Okay. So you can eye out where you're going to put your heart if you want to try this. And I did the biggest piece in the middle. And I just want it to be longer than my heart. And then you could take other colors that complement your design. Now you did get 2 washi tapes in your kit. So really like any color would work. So if you don't love the colors for this page, you can save it for something else and get some more washi tape, or you could just simply put the heart down. So that's up to you. There we go. Nope. Okay, and then I'm going to want to tie in my green. So I'm going to go ahead, put a green color. Here. And then I'm going to, and then if your washi tape comes up a little bit, you can always just use your adhesive to hold it down. Okay, I'm just gonna go over this. Okay. Okay, you can play around with it. I'm not completely happy with this yet, but I'll go back to that. And then you're gonna want to add your pictures. So again, what I do with these frames is I'm gonna put my adhesive here on the frame around it, like this. And then I made my picture a little bit bigger, and I'll go ahead and put it on. And then I will put some more on the back and then stick it up. And then you'll do the same thing with this one. So that's like a fun layout. I'll glue this after so I can move on to the next one. But another thing you could do is you could color this in if you want it to be solid instead of just outline, say in family, or if the blue just doesn't go with what you're doing, feel free to, color it in so it matches your design. And then if you have room over here, you could always use one of these cutouts that you have. You could write something on it here. You could write people's names. You could write the date, the event, or whatever you want. So if you prefer to kind of tell a story with your scrapbook, you can take the opportunity to do that. You could just write on here, write little notes or whatever. So I also like to do that as well. So especially if you're making it a gift for yourself, like for a kid or for someone in your family, it's kind of nice to write some memories that go with it. So again, this one has a more finished look to it. You can see I did all different size washi tapes here and did it a little bit longer than the heart. So that's really pretty. You could do it diagonal. You could do a lot of stuff with it. So really with washi tape, you have a lot of flexibility to make a design. If you wanted everything to match, you could also use the washi tape and then do your tabs up here. So then those two things would match and you can pull it together. So that's some fun ideas to use with these 4x3 frames along with the heart and then those tabs that you got. So those are some ideas. Now let me show you some ideas with these small heart frames that you got. So this is a design I did. This is good if you have like a lot of photos. For example, I'm doing one of my daughter and there's just so many adorable photos of her. So I kind of wanted to try to use them and highlight them. So this is great. You have at least 5 of these circle frames. So you can pull them out. They're all different, but they go well to each other because we use all the same design. So most likely you have at least 5 of these in your kit. So you can go ahead and pull those out. And I can show you what you can do with some smaller photos that don't have a lot of people in them. So this would be, just like 1 or 2 people in the photo. So, and then you also have these circles. So I used the circles to then write dates and little things on them. So you can certainly utilize all those. So when using these circle frames, and I wrote it on your directions, you're going to want to use photos that are like 2.5 inches. So if you are just printing them at a store, it always costs a lot more to like resize. So I again just get the 4x6. Usually they have deals if you order like 100, you can get like a discount, that sort of thing. So I never do like the smaller like wallet size photos because those tend to be like $2.99 and your scrapbook would just be out of control in price. So if you have though like a bunch of photos that are 4x6, you can find ones that just have like I said, one person or two people in them and then kind of just frame them out. So for my daughter, what I did is I found a picture of her very young with each of the grandparents. And what I'll do is I will get another blank piece of paper. I am going to go with this brighter pink this time. And what's nice about the scrapbook paper that we gave you is they have a design on the back. So if you really just like one, there's a chance you may like the other side. So that's kind of nice. And you can kind of just really see what goes well with each other. So I am short one of these. Okay. So for this one, I'm going to pick two that match here, and then I'm going to do a different one in the middle. That works for me. Whatever works for you, you should do on yours. And I selected photos of each of the grandparents. So I'm just going to here. And like that. So for the circles, again, you're going to trim. My recommendation would be to make it bigger. I wouldn't cut it out just in the middle because then it's going to be really hard to stick it on. So I just do it slightly bigger. I'll show you one in case you've never used these before. And I am just going to make little marks on the back of the photo. And I am going to then just use my scissors, follow those marks. And go around. And it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm just going to glue this down. So I'm going to use my adhesive roller to just kind of roll the edges. And then put some on the back as well. And stick it on. So you're going to go ahead and repeat that for every step. Trim it, make it look nice, however you want it. And then, like I said before, you can use these to then label. So what I did for this one is I wrote dates. So what's really nice about the phones, I took all these photos off my phone, is the date is saved. So I printed them out and then I went back and looked at the date and I did the month and the year. So I did that for each of the photos. So it kind of highlights that. So you can do dates, you can do names, right? Everybody's name. You can do location. And again, that's all in your phone. If you're using a phone to print photos, so that's definitely a benefit of it. So you can do some great things. You did get a little heart, a little tiny purple heart. So then I just used that and glued it. And in the circle there. So a little embellishment just to add a little something. Okay, let's move on. So I call this the growing up page, just to give you some context. The next one I'm going to show you is like a beach design. So in your kit, you received a beach day sign. You received a sun. Sorry, couldn't remember what that was called for a second. A umbrella and a shell that says 2020. So hopefully in 2020 you were able to make it to the beach at least once. If not, go ahead and flip it over and write whatever date you want or anything you want on it. So if you didn't happen to go to the beach in 2020 or you don't want it to say 2020, then just flip it over and the other side is blank. So that's a nice thing. And for my beach design, what I did is I did a collage. So I went on the computer, copied and pasted several photos from one beach day. I put them all together, resized them, and I'm then going to trim this and put this right on. So I did the same thing with layout. So this is a nice way to just do something different, switch it up so every page doesn't look the same. I did the same thing. So I took all the photos from one beach day. I put them together, and then I'm going to do a border around it. So let me show you this. This is, if you know how to use like like a publisher, Microsoft Word, that sort of thing to organize photos, then this is an option. If you printed a bunch of photos out, 4x6, you could still do this design. You would take those photos and just put them all in the middle. And then I'm going to show you how to do a washi tape frame. So super simple. You take this off in the middle. I am going to put glue on the back. Put it in the middle. And then you can use any washi tape you want. And all I did with this is I took the washi tape and I'm going to just put it all around and it makes a frame. So I think it looks really nice. And it doesn't really take a lot of effort and it's relatively quick. I happen to have this fun blue polka dot washi tape. So it really feels like the beach to me. So if you could kind of have like your edges go over, that's kind of what's fun about washi tape, or you can have it perfectly straight. So it's up to you. You can rip or you can use your scissors to trim. So I'm going to just trim it because I went a little over. Okay, and then you have your shell, you have your sun, and you have your umbrella. You have your beach day little sign and the sun. Now you can also write something on your sun. So, you can write somebody's name. You could write the date. You can do whatever you want. So to write a little quote, you are my sunshine, whatever you want. But it's nice because you have the flexibility to do that on these. Even on your beach day sign, you can write the date you were at the beach or which beach you were at. And then if, again, you don't like the 2020, then you can flip it over. So again, you're just gonna go ahead and glue those things down. Now what I did, I thought this was kind of fun. So you have this umbrella. You can certainly decorate the umbrella. A lot of the umbrellas that I really like, you know, they have some design, they have the stripes. So you could freehand that or do whatever you want. But what I did is I had some yellow washi tape, which a lot of you did get in your kit. And you could add another pop of color down here. And it kind of looks like sand. So that's kind of fun. So now your umbrella is just kind of sticking out in the sand. So that's fun. See here, it's kind of nice. So the beach one is fun. I have a lot of photos from the beach, so that was a theme that worked well for me, and you can make a fun beach page. Okay, so the last one I'm going to show you for a design idea is a holiday page. So the holidays just happened. Hopefully you have a few photos from the holidays. They're on this washi tape sheet. So this was 12 by 12. And what we did is we cut out these circles in here. And there's about 6 on here. 6 different size circles. So that one you could use like a red. I don't know what color, everyone got different colors, but this one is gold. The one that I used before was this silver snowflake one. And I'll just try it with pink. I'm not sure how the gold and pink will look together, but why not? And you're gonna just take these circles, and I just use them as a backdrop. So I'm just gonna position photos over it. And what I like about this holiday page is, you know, you don't need a frame on every photo. So sometimes you feel compelled to do that, but with this design in the back, I just cut these out. And I didn't put any frame around them. And then the 2 of just Lily by herself, since that scrapbook is for her, I put this black frame on it. So everybody got a few of these black frames and these hot pink frames. So whatever ones you like, whatever ones you work for your design, it's nice, again, for a small photo of just one person. So you can go ahead and use these. Like I said, just stick them on. If you feel like they're lifting up, then you can just use a little glue. So you can kind of just position them and then take some of your holiday photos. See, I have one of my Christmas tree. And then I have some from Christmas morning. And you can kind of, even without a frame, since you have all these circles, just kind of position them around. So that looks nice. And then what I did, again, I just used washi tape, and I took pieces of the washi tape. I had green, and I just made this tree. And then I had some brown, so I put made a little branch, and then the star on the top. You could also make like a present, like that would just be like a box. And you do have this gold star. You have a few of them, so you can, use it, just stick it somewhere, or you can certainly use your washi tape to make a design. I did see one where it was like a baby photo, so it was like a special photo to the person, and they did it in the circle form, and then they just did washi tape, like all different washi tapes, like all around coming out, almost like a star. So that's a design that I want to try too. And so there's a lot you can do with that. I also gave you these big tabs here. I think you got 3 of them, and then you might have a couple extra little ones. I am still brainstorming ideas for this one, but I just glued them to the top. So you could use it as a label and then write something here, or I just used all 3, and it's kind of like a banner without the string. And I think that looks really cute. And then you can, again, put some frames on here and come up with the design. So that's the ideas. Does anyone have any questions, or is anyone scrapbooking? Does anyone want to show us how they used any of the frames, or do you have any questions?
I did this one, Amber. Can you see?
Oh, you did the banner. Yes. Yeah. Your banner, yeah. The banner looks really nice.
Yeah, and then you have press-on type that did 2020, you know?
Yeah, that looks really nice. Oh, wait, you used the frames. Very cute.
Yeah, I used the frames.
And then you had your own sticker.
Mm-hmm.
Very cute. I like that. I like the banner at the top. So that's a good use of the tabs as well, just to kind of not fold them and then just stick them up. So that's another way of using those, which is nice. You also got this little memories thing that we used with the Cricut. We used it to write and then cut it out. So this could be fun for another page. So you do have some extra stuff. Now, these are tabs too, where you could just have like a photo and then like flip it up and have another one underneath. So I was kind of thinking that that would be cute. Or you could use this kind of just at the bottom and then put a photo here. Let me see if I have one. This one's not big enough, but something like if you had like a regular size photo, you could kind of just frame it out at the bottom. So that's kind of a cool idea. But I love what you did with the banner at the top. Is anyone else scrapbooking with us, or just getting ideas and gonna start at a later date? Has anyone finished a scrapbook recently? I just really just off my bin and just getting started. So it was kind of nice to do this program because sometimes like you have these goals of like putting scrapbooks together and time just goes by. So I love to do it. I did 2 books for my son, who is 4, and my daughter is like 2.5, and I don't have any books for her. So once you have a toddler in the house, it's then harder to scrapbook, I learned. But 2021, I'm making her book. So I am happy that you guys all signed up for this program because you motivated me to get started. So yeah, there's really, really so many great resources out there. The Cricut machine has transformed scrapbooking, but still there are you know, stickers that you can buy in the store. I know I used to just love these like books with like all these different quotes in them. So these are still around. So these are a lot of fun. You kind of just have to go through and, you know, find which ones work for you. But these ones are transparent, and I think they're great. So I'll be adding these to my my scrapbook. And these are things you can't make with the Cricut, so I'm still happy I have these. So these are quote books. There's tons of stickers out there.
Yeah, like, yeah, I did one of these a long time ago. I love these you know, you get the big stickers like that, you know?
Yeah, yeah, those are fun. Those are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
And this,
yeah, those are great. I know I used to make a lot of scrapbook. And you really can spend like a lot of money at the store. Like you can kind of go crazy and buy one for everything. So at least with this, it kind of got you started, but it is fun just to get some of the stickers and embellish and do that sort of thing. Just another thing is, you know, if you buy the book and you have more room in it, you could also get the inserts. So they do sell these, and they're really easy to put in. So I always do ones with the page protectors. So that's what I always do. Without this, you know, I feel like if you spent all the time to glue everything in and organize the pictures and buy the stickers and all that sort of thing, you really want to have the protection over it. So I always use these, and I'll add pages, because a lot of the scrapbooks that you buy in the store, they only come with 10 pages, which really fills up quickly. You're working on it. So just keep in mind you can buy the inserts and add more pages. So that's something that I do. So if you have any questions that you think about as you're scrapbooking, or you need more embellishments or something, let me know. You can email me. I emailed to everybody today. So just, you know, feel free to reach out and do that. If one's not matching or something like that, I totally understand. So just let me know. Anyone have any other questions?
Nope.
Curious what's in this chat box. Let me just see. Lucas, I like how you named yourself. That's awesome. Okay, well, if nobody has any questions, I'll go ahead and I'll end the program. We do have a recording, so if if you missed something or came in late, that will be available. We'll post it on mcpl.tv.